let's talk some edge rushers here. We have 10 of them.
Edges.
We have some 10 of them, and we also have, I mean, SDG is like, man, when are we going to get to the coming in hot? Because he's all about that. So we got to get to that here soon, too. So we're going to, do a quick overview on a lot of these guys and maybe spend some more time on the top 2 or 3 or 4 that maybe stand out. But, I mean, there's still really good some edge rushers that, fall within that 10 to 6 range that we're going to just maybe highlight here. So,
Why is this one compared to a quarterback?
Say that again?
Why is this one compared to a quarterback?
Touche. I get what you're doing there. That is an edge rusher as well. Josh Allen actually plays for the Jags. You know what you're doing.
Yes, and the Brewers are going to win the World Series.
Okay.
Now we need to ban.
Okay.
Now we need to ban Milwaukee.
Not even winning your division. We are.
The Brewers. I don't even think the Brewers want to win the World Series themselves.
Guys, let's not talk about Miami Hurricanes. I tried to warn y'all. Miami's going to the ship. They're going to the ship. I will take the Brewers bet. Ty, if you like the Brewers bet, put it in our Discord. We have a betting where you can bet against Scotty and myself. We can have some fun wagers. But let's talk about number 10. BJ Ojulari, edge out of LSU, 6'2", 248, 4.59, 40, compared to not the quarterback, but the edge out of Jacksonville, Josh Allen. Scotty, you got BJ here at 10. What are your thoughts on him and what he can do for a team that maybe gets some value?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little on the smaller side, but very quick off the edge, speed for days, good bend, decent counter moves. Didn't do it. I mean, listen, only had 5 sacks last year at LSU, so if you're looking for, results on paper, it wasn't there. You're basically going off traits here. And literally, I mean, you got to be the right fit because he's undersized for a lot of teams. Not big enough to play the edge in a 4-3. He's probably more likely to be a 3-4 guy. Off the edge at 248 at 6'2". I mean, he had a ton of pressures though. So while he didn't have the stats to necessarily negate, only 5 sacks, he had a ton of pressures. The biggest issue for him is he's got to get stronger. Why he could go lower than he is. Got to get stronger. Got to get bigger. He arguably might turn into a sub package player where he's like a third down guy who's like a rush only guy because he can't necessarily play on potential run downs. But an athletic freak that I feel like we've seen from LSU in the same regard before, and it hasn't worked out. But that's why I have him at 10. I think a lot of people have him higher than 10. I have him at 10 because it seems to not pan out when you have these athletes from LSU that are smaller, undersized, speed, off the edge, bend, and then they just don't really pan out in the league. So, he's 10 for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good pursuit with a player's speed, athleticism, but a lot of knocks on him have him. A lot of people say he's had trouble getting off the blocks, right? 58 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 5.5 sacks in 2022. There were some people that saying oh, he declared for the draft this year, but probably should have come back for his senior year to try to, rise in his draft status. I think he's projected from what I've seen, a second round pick potentially, maybe early second round, maybe mid second round, depending on, where things land. But I think that there's some things to be excited about when it comes to his athleticism and speed, but at the same time, he's got some things to work on as well, the production and maybe the what ifs of if he would have stayed back for his senior year. But he's here. He's gonna come to a team, and I think depending on the right team that could coach him up a little bit, it could be a good situation. But who knows where he could potentially land, either late first round, early second round. I mean, or drop completely into the third. I don't know. It's kind of a wide range, but within that little area of the draft. But
He'll go in the top 2 rounds. Late first through mid second. He'll fall somewhere in there. That's how good all the 10 guys we were talking about are.
Yeah. Number 9, Derek Hall. By the way, I love this graphic. I was putting these together and I was like, man, Auburn's photographers put together some great high quality photos. But Derek Hall, edge
What
out
does
of
that
Auburn.
150 mean? Is that 150 years of college football or something?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long. I guess it's a long time. But he's coming in 6'3", 254, 4'5", 540. You have a player comp to Carl Lawson on this one, but Derek Hall comes in here from Auburn as your number 9.
Yeah, I wish Football Wife was in here. Carl Lawson played most his career for the Bengals with the Jets now and got injured and probably returning this year. But here's a guy, athletic, like checks all the boxes. Good build, long arms, everything you're looking for. Quick first step. He doesn't have great technique, so like you're gonna have to coach him up on like if he doesn't get off the edge quick. He doesn't have great technique on beating a rush once the offensive line's in a good position. He's not going to win a lot. Biggest knock on him, he's not super bendy. Like he's not the type that can bend and get low to get around a guy.
He's no Von Miller.
Offensive line. Well, no. He's ranked 9th in this draft, so no, he's not a Von Miller. There's only one guy in this draft that could even be argued to be on that level, to be honest. But he doesn't have the bend, so he's not super bendy, but he can be solid and a nice piece, and like he can get after the quarterback. Especially, he's great off the line. Like his first step is explosive. He plays hard. You don't question his work ethic. There's a lot to like about him, and quite frankly, he could go before. I mean, if he's 6th or 7th edge to go off, it wouldn't surprise me. But he could also be after 9th. So it's all everyone's opinion. But I like him. I think he's like an early to mid 2nd round pick.
All right, there you go, Derek Hall at number 9. Number 8, Isaiah Foskey. Edge, Notre Dame, 6'5", 264, 4.58, 40. And Yannick Ngakoue is the player comp. So you got a Notre Dame boy coming in here.
Say that again.
Say what?
The player comp.
Ngakoue?
Yannick Ngakoue.
Ngakoue.
Is what you were looking for there.
I'm waiting for the oops. It'll come. Don't worry. But that's what we have here when it comes to Isaiah. So Isaiah, do you think he makes an immediate impact for a team that are going to be drafting him?
He's similar to who we just talked about. Like his work ethic's off the charts. He has a good first step. His athletic traits are actually, I mean, he's 264 running a 4.58 at 6'5". That's insane. Chris, I'm 6 foot. I run a 5'4", 40.
Are you sure about that?
I haven't timed it.
You sure about that?
I'm probably being generous. I think I put him slightly behind Derek Hall because he's not as long. Arm length isn't as long. And he just like Derek, if he gets in roped with a offensive lineman, he struggles to get off that block and get to the quarterback, but he has a great first step. He could go late first to late second. I think he's somewhere in that range. He's similar to Derek Hall, who we just talked about. But a nice piece for anyone. Like, I'm looking, as a Chiefs fan, like, the Chiefs could take an edge late first. So I'm eyeing these guys. And he's nice. He's athletic.
Yeah. Foskey, 45 tackles, 11 sacks, 1 forced fumble in 2022. Had a strong start, but then got kind of quiet. So he kind of like, faded away for the regular season. But, I think the biggest thing is like, back to what you were saying about the previous edge rusher, he's very stiff. Like which makes him a lot of teams very concerned that his production won't translate to the NFL if he's not able to like, be very bendy, and he's very just, he's not as bendy as you would want him to be. He's
I'll throw this out, Chris. He sacked the opposing QB on 3.9% of his pass rush snaps last season. And that sounds bad. You're like, that's not good. 3.9%. That tied for the best rate in the FBS last year.
Pretty
He
good.
tied for the best pass rush sack rate in all of football at his division FBS last year. So he had results. It put it on paper. And he has the athletic profile. So quite frankly, it would not surprise me if he goes late first. I think people are sleeping on him a little bit.
Okay. All right. There you go. Next up, we have Will McDonald, edge, Iowa State, 6'4", 239, 4.62 40. You have him comped out to Bruce Irvin. Now, Will McDonald, 36 tackles, 5 sacks, and a pass batted down in 2022. They rave about his speed, his athleticism, natural quarterback hunting talent. He could be a top 15. He could be a 15 sack per year player in the NFL, potentially, based off of what scouts have mentioned. But they also view him as a limited to being, a designated pass rusher because he struggles significantly as a run defender. So, there's a little bit of a little comp to him that he's, not as good when handing off the ball and trying to defend the run. But what do you think about Will McDonald? Obviously, he's a pretty good talent if he's on our top 10, but late round 1, maybe to round 2, getting into that range. But what do you like about Will?
I mean, he's athletically very gifted. You're right. Like, listen, he's not a run defender. He's 239 pounds. That's undersized for most edges. He's undersized and not built for that to like prevent run, but he's very, very good at rushing the passer. He only got 5 sacks, but that he like pressured the quarterback so much more. I love him as a pass rusher. I'm always trapped. I'm like fit for Chiefs. Like, I don't think he's a fit for the Chiefs, but he's a fit for a lot of teams. As a pass rusher, like Bruce Irvin, you're not gonna play him on early downs necessarily, but like, listen, you're drafting someone in the first round to get sacks. You're not drafting an edge to be like, oh, hold the edge in the run game. The run game is becoming more and more somewhat irrelevant. It's not irrelevant at all, but it's more and more not as important as it used to be. He's undersized. He's smaller than you want, but listen, outside of that and his age, he's gonna be 24. He's a little more seasoned, a little older than he won in a rookie, perhaps, but explosive first step, great length, great pass rusher. And I don't think the Iowa State system did him any favors whatsoever. I think they put him in bad situations as a pass rusher. I think he's going to be a great pass rusher. I just wonder how that fits with what team's going to draft him and him being maybe not an every down edge in the first round.
All right, there you go. I mean, I'm curious to see how this guy pans out. Honestly, like he's a guy that I've, in doing some research on some of these edge rushers, like I'm very intrigued by. But in the chat, we got let's catch up a little bit. Let's see. Breaking news: New York Jets have the longest playoff appearance drought in the 4 major sports. Sacramento Kings are the
Kings.
playoffs. Wow, congratulations. Breaking news.
Congrats to the
Stacktown,
Kings,
baby.
the Jets are getting Rodgers. When's the last time Rodgers didn't make the playoffs, Chris?
I don't know. It's
Never
been a
happened.
minute. But I will say, I typically have over the course of the season been down on Sacramento Kings. I think they could win a first round matchup against depending on who they end up matching up with. I think they could win a first round matchup potentially. I don't know. I'm coming around to them a little bit. I know they don't.
I'll wait to see who they
I'll wait to see who they play too. All right, next up we have number 6. We have Felix. Where I'm gonna butcher this.
Yeah, no, get after that, Chris.
Anudike-Uzomah. Uzomah. I don't know. Edge out of Kansas State. 6'3", 255, 4'7", 340. You have him comped out to Dante Fowler Jr. Now, a lot of people were impressed with him. In 2022, collected 8.5 sacks, 46 tackles, a pass batted, 2 forced fumbles. Some sources who like, this player feel he can be a pick, probably potentially on day 2. I think he's going to go maybe in the second round, maybe drop to the third potentially, but
Oh, no.
You don't think so?
I don't know if he'll drop to the second round.
Ooh, okay. All right, so you have him a little higher than what I've been seeing across some of the scouting reports that I've come across.
Yeah, no, I love him. Like, honestly, if he's there for the Chiefs, and depending on who else is there, I would not be upset with the Chiefs taking him at the end of the first. As a Chiefs fan, he's a great edge for what they do. Obviously 6'3", 255. He's a little bigger. Not a great, not elite speed, but so much talent and motor you have in there, and like the 3-cone drill, he dominated. Short area quickness, he is all about that. I love this dude. I mean, outside of his knock is he's out of Kansas State, not great. Bad decision,
bad
on
choice.
college.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
And the knock on him is he's a little stiff, but I don't. I mean, maybe a little stiff, but he's not that stiff. He's 21 years old,
draft?
Chris. So we just talked about a dude that's about to be 24. He's 21. He's young. You can develop him. I love this dude.
Let's see. Anudike-Uzomah. Uzomah.
Is that not Uzomah?
So, because remember there's that one Titan, CJ Uzomah?
Okay. Uzomah.
Same last name, Uzomah.
You're always keeping me honest there.
3-cone. How well does he do playing checkers? He's more of a chess guy
He's more of a chess guy.
than checkers.
I mean, football is a chess match in real life.
It can't
That's what they always say.
Some weeks, yeah.
I'm always looking at checkmate, but that's just me.
Because you play so much.
Checkmate is in chess.
Because you play so much chess.
I'm pretty good at chess, Chris. Would you like to battle me in chess?
I'm not going to bet on you in chess, but
I'll battle
why
you.
don't we- No, I'm gonna battle Chris live on stream.
Live
in
on stream.
chess.
because that'll be riveting content for everybody watching.
What's your chess.com rating?
It should only take probably 4 moves, Chris. I could probably do it. in
Yeah.
4 moves.
I watched.
What's your chess.com
Hey,
rating?
hey! I watched Queen's Gambit. I know what I could hang, playing some
So,
chess.
4
No.
moves it is.
Yeah. Here we go. We have our number 5 prospect at the edge position, Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith, edge out of Georgia, 6'2", 238, 4'3", 940. You have him comped out to Hassan Reddick. Smith totaled 18 sacks, 3 sacks, and 18 tackles, 3 sacks, and a pass batted down in 2022. His play, it disappointed a little bit in the last year. Obviously, like he did not make the big impact as a pass rusher. However, he's gotten a lot of first round hype in 2023. He's, been a guy that's been on a lot of people's radars, either first round or to second round, potentially as a late pick in the first round to second round is kind of where people have slotted him. But he had a great combine workout, which kind of helped his draft status quite a bit. So, I think that he should be a potential first round pick, and I think he should go. But what do you think, Scotty?
I agree. I think he's going to be a first round pick. You have an edge that's running a 4.39 40.
I mean, it's ridiculous,
unheard of. But I don't love the guy. He's so undersized. Like 238 pounds on the edge isn't going to set anything. Like he's a one-trick pony. I don't think he can hold up at the point of attack in the run game at all. Pass rusher wise, he's a speed guy, obviously, and that's great. He had 3 sacks last year, Chris. The numbers aren't there. For his career, 12.5 sacks. I feel like he should have more. I feel like on that team dominating other rosters, he's up a lot. He's rushing the quarterback all the time. He should have more. He should have more stats than he does. 3 sacks, 7 tackles for loss last year. He only had 18 tackles in general. Chris, I might be able to get out there and have 18 tackles.
You could,
if you put me out there a course of a season.
We got to get your speed up. We got to get your speed up. But yeah,
listen, I'm not blowing off the corner. I'm the one that's tackling. When I tackle, it's 10 yards downfield, but it's still a tackle.
Roger.
But
yeah,
listen, he's a workout warrior and he'll be drafted probably in the first round, but I would not want to be the team that drafts him in the first round, to be honest. I think he's too undersized. We're basing it too much off his speed, which is like great, but there's no results there.
Yeah.
There's no results.
Fair enough. Ty, shots. He saw me unscrewing the new bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah. I busted out a new bottle. So now we're on to the cab.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're going Napa Valley in the Action Lab tonight. Let's go. I draft Nolan Smith as a quarterback. Says Ty. By the way, 5 more subs and Chris does a one-chip challenge. It's true. Guys, if you get 5 more subs tonight, I will do a one.
Small.
Well, we're
literally.
But the problem is,
Venmo you guys back if you do it. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah. No. Hey, hit 5 more subs. I will do the one-chip challenge on a stream coming up. I guarantee it. And you guys can watch me. I was burning out on a.
Literally free for you guys.
I was burning out on just a little hot sauce the other day, so you would enjoy me taking. I've always wanted to try it. I've never felt like I was able to handle it necessarily. We'll see, but let's get some subs in, and I'll do the one-chip challenge. If you get 5 bonus subs on top of that, and Scotty will do a couple voice acting techniques for you as well, including.
You heard Jar Jar.
We heard Jar Jar. Maybe we get Gollum from Lord of the Rings. We'll see. All right, next up. Yeah, I mean, that's a teaser. You could get a full. We should do if you get 5 more subs, you do a full segment breakdown. Oh no!
One chip challenge. I'm so excited.
Fatal
Gamble. Scotty has a sub.
Fatal Gamble. Oh, did I get a sub through that?
Yes, you did.
Wow.
Nice. Fatal Gamble, not gambling at all here, Chris, and just taking for a one chip challenge, Chris. Do you have to order that? How does that work?
Supposedly
can I
you get
order
the
it for you?
supposedly you get the chip at a gas station. I don't know. That's what I've heard, but I haven't
No,
seen it.
What?
I'm gonna order
You
it though.
can't just pick that up at a gas station.
Can you get it at Amazon Prime?
Well, you know what? Here, as we speak, I will do the one chip challenge. I am ordering the chip. This is a $20 chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris.
All right. Well, I guess I'm doing it. Let's see.
Yeah, you're fucking doing it. Fatal Gamble came up huge. Thank you,
Thank you,
Gamble.
Fatal Gamble. Thank you for gifting
You
out
made
subs.
my day.
Oh no.
And then my day next time when
Fatal.
Chris takes this chip challenge.
Fatal. Thank you so much for the gifted subs
I'm
to
so
Colorado Zag,
So excited.
to Scotty,
Come on, man.
to Mud,
Scotty A. Smith. Who's that?
to Romeo and Royal Champ. 5 more subs, and Scotty does an entire breakdown of a player in the. You pick Gollum or Jar Jar Binks. I would love to hear you do a complete breakdown of a player, serious breakdown in a different voice.
I mean, to be honest, Jar Jar would be a little easier. Gollum's hard because you gotta get like the rasp in there and it's darker.
So I want to hear
easily break down a player in Jar Jar.
I hear this guy try to sing in one of those voices.
Either way, well, either you could break down it if we get 5 more subs, he'll break down the rest of the stream, the rest of the final 3 in Gollum voices or Jar Jar Binks.
You're just selling me.
Now I'm just
like
I'm selling
Chris.
you
You're
off.
just selling me.
Yeah, that's how we roll here in the Action Lab. We sell each other off. Gollum cares about his precious defensive ends.
My precious.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Fatal. You are incredible. Appreciate the love and your generosity. You are amazing. We have Lucas.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Lucas Van Ness. I'm ordering, by the way, while you're talking about Lucas Van Ness, Edge out of Iowa, I'm going to order the Pocky 1 chip on Amazon. 6'5", 272, 458. Trey Hendrickson is the player comp here for Lucas Van Ness.
Which I didn't want to go that route. Like,
But here you go. You have him here. And honestly, I was looking at a couple lists, and he's not really too high on a few other people's lists. But
wait, whose list?
Well,
tell me those lists.
I mean, I have one that I don't think I have him here, at least in the top 10. But maybe I'm looking at a different list. Maybe he's
top
labeled
10
as
of edge rushers.
Well, maybe he's labeled as something different. Maybe he's labeled as like maybe a linebacker.
This
or
is
something.
a dude that just ran a 4.5 at 272 pounds.
Oh well,
He's-
maybe. Hold on, give me a second, because
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
he's
go
on a
ahead.
different linebacker list. But anyway, talk about why you love Lucas so much.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's athletically at 272 running a 4.58, straight line speed, great. He has great burst and flexibility. He can bend. He's very raw. He didn't get a ton of snaps at Iowa. Iowa's competitive. Never a full-time starter. Never posted like crazy like sack numbers. He got 6 sacks this past season, 10.5 tackles for loss on 36 tackles. But percentage wise, that's actually huge because he wasn't on the field all the time. And what we know about all of football is it's adapting to throwing the ball more. He could have had a lot more sacks if he was on the field more. How do I say politely he's a lot more athletic than he looks, Chris? How do I do that?
You could say it by
I'll just say he's a lot more athletic.
he's athletic for a white guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. He's athletic for a white dude.
The results weren't fully there, but I like him a lot. Upside's there. We'll see where he goes. I mean, I think he's certainly going the first 2 rounds, but we'll see.
All right, here we go. One chip challenge. I will have it by Sunday. Oh wait, no, it's out of stock. What? Never mind.
They only. I'll look it up. This is what I do. What happens when you look it up?
Google. Where can I find the one chip? I see it on Amazon for like $20, $44.
Really, you need to try eBay.
Why is this so hard to find?
What about $20?
I already tried that one.
What happened?
It said it was out of stock. Here's one. I got one. April 6th or 7th. Can I wait that long?
I mean, that's a little over a week.
Chris, no. You didn't try it because I can get this delivery on Sunday.
No, that's the one I tried to buy, and it didn't work. Unless you can get it to work, and I'll reimburse you.
I mean, I went to buy now, and it was right there.
Try buying it.
Order?
6'5" and white, coming out of Iowa. Should have been a tight end. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chris, you owe me $21, and the chip is coming on Sunday.
How did that? Like, I was looking at the same listing. That's
You're like,
they
try it. It won't work.
They
and then it just
discriminate.
worked
They
as
discriminate
everything
against
else
me.
does.
I see how it is.
Oh, against you for what, Chris?
For having facial hair.
Maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's the good looks. I don't know.
ugly face. Probably the ugly face.
It's the great looks. All right.
I would say the bigger the beard, the better it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's because you're hiding your face.
Don't hide I've had my face on stream before when you were gone.
No, I'm saying, but
You were
your
puking.
beard is hiding your face. Your beard is a means to hide your face. Correct? It's correct.
I mean, the beard is.
And your wife likes it better when you hide your face.
I'm not arguing against that.
All right, we got. Oh, what am I? Oh, what is this? What did I just do? Hold on.
We have Miles Murphy here from Clemson.
Miles Murphy draft preview here. Edge out of Clemson, 6'5", 268, 4.57 40. We have him equated out to Bradley Chubb, who is a bust in the NFL, in my opinion. But does that mean
got you a first round pick that got you your coach?
He was a very good trade token for us, that's for sure. But we have him comped out to Bradley Chubb. He is projected as a first round talent. 2022 total 40 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 passes defended. Tailed off down the stretch, seemed to be, a little bit, playing it safe down the stretch, trying to keep, healthy and protect his draft status. I get it. He's a freak athlete who has crazy combination of size, speed, athleticism, strength. He could really do a lot when it comes to anybody who drafts him, but works out well. He has the eyeball test going for him. I mean, you watch the tape and he's like insane what he could do off the edge. But
you hate him.
But I hate him. No. I think he could take over a game if he's coached up the right way, especially with the talent that he has. I like him quite a bit. Miles Murphy out of Clemson. What do you think about Miles?
I mean, I have a number 3. I like him a lot. Listen, 6.5 sacks and tackles for loss last year. He's an athletic freak. He was highly recruited out of high school, and I'm not sure he didn't back that up. Like, does he have the crazy bend or whatever? Like, he is an athlete. He's only going to be better in the NFL than he even was in college. If you draft Miles Murphy at any point in the first round, I'd be thrilled if I was that team. I love Miles Murphy. I think his upside is a lot more. He's 21 years old, just turned 21. He has the size to play in any system in the league. 6'5", 268. That's a beast of an edge. And he's athletic to boot. Beyond that, like 4.57 at 268 is unheard of. This is an athletic freak that plays hard, seems to be all about the right things from what I've read. So I love this guy. I think a lot of guys, he drops a lot of different places because he didn't necessarily dominate his college play. You could see him as the number 2 edge all the way to the like number 6, 7, 8 edge. Honestly, we have him at 3. I like him. I like him a lot.
This is the most flattering picture I could find, by the way.
What's wrong with that picture?
No, I like him a lot. I think he's a Myles Garrett type edge.
Miles
Yeah.
Garrett?
That's his ceiling.
He has the same name, or
No, just because I think he has the same ceiling. He's a Myles Garrett. Never going to be the best, but he's going to be damn good.
I mean, if you're getting a Miles Garrett out of this draft, you're happy.
draft him number 1.
You're
overall.
happy. Yeah, absolutely. That's Miles Garrett. That's a hell
Myles
of a
Garrett's a top 5 edge rusher in the league every year.
yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't hit someone with a helmet, though.
Yeah.
Well, unless it's a Pittsburgh quarterback, and then I'm fine with that.
No.
then it's all good. Next up, we have Tyree Wilson, edge out of Texas Tech, 6'6", 271, 4.82 40. We have a comp here to Jadeveon Clowney, 61 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 7 sacks in 2022. Great size, functional speed, length. I mean, honestly, he's a really, really insane talent. Foot injury, though. He's got a little injury issue. November 12th causes him to miss the remainder of the season. So, there's a lot of maybe injury things that you might want to keep, just in your mind when it comes to drafting somebody who might potentially have some of that injury prone carry over to the NFL. But teams are very high on Wilson because of his size, length, and upside. Some scouts have him compared to like a Carlos Dunlap in terms of skill and potential as well. But Scotty, you have him here, Jadeveon Clowney, and one of the top edge rushers in this draft.
I mean, there's not a lot to not like about this guy. You got size, you got weight, you got arm length. His arm length, he has the longest arms we've seen at the edge position in a long time. Like, he has such a stretch where like that can affect plays, whether it's rushing the passer or whether it's blocking, potential passes. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. People don't talk about batted passes as much as they do sacks, but quite frankly, both are huge plays on the defense. The upside is infinite here. Like, the upside is beyond even the number 1 pick.
He's a top 20 projected.
Yeah. If he's at 20, I'd be shocked. If he's got to be probably, if he's at 15, I'd be surprised. Infinite upside, huge motor, ton of power, great length, rushing the passer. I don't know if he has a lot of weaknesses, quite frankly. Like, his weaknesses are like, I don't know, like, he didn't dominate. Like, maybe I
mean, you're nitpicky, right? Like,
his bend isn't elite, but he's not a bend guy. He's more a power, quick off the snap, like long arms rush guy. So those are 2 different things. So there's a lot to like about Tyree Wilson.
Is he undersized?
No, absolutely not.
What's he going at?
He's 271.
271 what?
he's
6'5"?
6'6", 271.
6'6", 271. He's a monster. He's not undersized at all.
By the way, guys,
That's a big dude. That can play anywhere. He's not a 3-4 strictly guy. He's easily a 4-3. He can play anywhere.
stick around for Scotty coming in hot. There's a lot of Lamar talk in the chat. Well, maybe Scotty has something to say about that in the coming in hot segment. Just teasing it a little bit. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. It's coming up after we get to our number 1 spot, which we are at right now. and that is Will
No surprise.
Anderson Jr. No surprise here. Edge out of Alabama, the cream of the crop. 6'4", 253, 4.640. You have him comped out to Derek Thomas, legendary. But I mean, Will Anderson Jr. is an absolute stud. He is the number 1 rated edge. He has done well in team interviews, so he's performing well there from an intellectual standpoint. Ran well in the combine. 51 tackles in 2022, 10 sacks, an interception, return for a touchdown. He had some tough penalties. He takes some tough penalties here and there, but he also made some tough plays and clutch plays across the board. Freak athlete, generational talent. You can't get much better than this. I mean, he's got everything. Instinct, size, speed. I mean, he's got a little bit of what you would want as an edge. And so, I don't know. Athletically, he could. There's more to be desired in some areas, but I think that overall, he's the best option here. He's a top 5 pick in this draft, and if he drops below that, you're getting value.
If he's not the first defensive player off the board, someone made a mistake. Listen, he underachieved a little bit in 2022. In 2021, Chris, he was the leader in the nation in sacks, tackles for loss, and pressures. All three. He was the leader in the country of in 2021. 2022, he didn't necessarily follow that up. But if this guy, I mean, at this point, he's working on getting drafted. He's going to be an athletic freak. He's one of the best passers. Like the get off reminds me of Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas was also out of Alabama, ironically. I think he went number 3 overall. Will Anderson's gonna be the first defensive player taken in this draft, and if he's not, I will be shocked. Monster of a player. Still can improve, but the upside is literally a top 5 pass rusher in the league, which is a big deal in this league and in this day and age. So love what he has to offer. Can't wait to see where he goes and what he does, but yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. All right. Well, we have all of our top 5 quarterbacks and top 10 edge rushers.
Talk it out. I'll be back.
All set up. Code yellow. Spam it in the chat for Scotty while he prepares for his coming in hot. We have a big topic coming up here that's had a lot of headlines over the past week that we'll be talking about here in the coming in hot. So don't go anywhere. That's how we're going to finish the show tonight. But we are gearing up to the end of the thing tonight. We are almost there. So thank you for hanging with us. Tomorrow night, we will have our NBA special, 1 hour, where we're breaking down our power rankings. We have some news that we want to talk about. We have the MVP race that's as toxic as ever. So we're going to make sure you guys have everything you need to know for the last 7, 8, 6, 5, however many games your team has down the stretch here. Your favorite team we will talk about over tomorrow's NBA stream here live on Twitch, 9:30 Eastern. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're just lingering in the background, hanging out. We'd love to be a part of everything that you have in your schedule, especially in the evenings when you're just relaxing and winding down. Make ActionLab a part of that schedule. So thank you so much for being a part